Okay, so we're back with another video. We're reviewing a game I played today. I played at 817. My opponent was a 610. I played 89.3% over 20 moves. My opponent played 79.2. I actually had a brilliant move, but I've had a look and I don't know why it was a brilliant move. So maybe someone can let me know in the comments if you know, because I definitely don't. So I played as a 1250. My opponent played as a 650. So yeah, opening, middle game, and there wasn't really in it. Well, wasn't really much of an end game. See, 20 moves, yeah. So let's get into it. Okay. So I was going for a sort of London style system. So what it looks like a Queen's Gambit. Over here. My opponent developed a knight, so I develop my bishop. My opponent pushes king's pawn. I push. My opponent develops the other knight. I develop my bishop. My opponent then develops a knight, which is a blunder really because it's essentially a free knight. So I take the free knight. My opponent's obviously trying to push my queen away now. I bring my queen back here just to leave castling queenside a possibility if I want to. If you bring your queen on top of your king, just be mindful of getting pinned because there's nothing worse. So if there's no pawn in front of your queen and your opponent castles and has a rook staring at your queen, which is obviously on top of your king, they will win your queen essentially. So just watch out and don't get pinned. But obviously I'm protected by this pawn here. So my opponent pushes my bishop away. So the engine is saying this is not a great move, but I'm sort of saying by doing this, if I take the knight, I'm going to double his pawns. So I'm willing to lose a bishop. So my opponent tries to push my bishop away. So I take, forcing him to take back and double his pawns, which is now, so he's now got this horrible pawn structure here, which is what we like. Develop my bishop, so he's now got to move his rook to safety. Meanwhile, I'm developing. Okay, so he protects the rook, fine. There's my brilliant move. Now, I just can't see why this is a brilliant move. So my opponent takes, and then I take back, which is exactly what I planned. But why is this a brilliant move? Because I just don't see it. If you see it, let me know. So obviously my opponent takes, doubled pawns, not great, but my plan was to do this all along. So yep, I've got a nice little structure going on now. So my opponent moves the rook over. Not really sure why. So I now give a check with the queen. So the queen now moves. So obviously now I can go here because it's protected by this knight. So we do that. My opponent moves down here, so we're now going to collect the rook. Thank you for the rook. So my opponent's trying to force a trade of queens. I play this guy a lot, and he likes to trade queens because he's quite a strong playing with no queen, whereas me not so much. Okay, so I give another check with the knight. He moves his king back. So I bring my knight here now. So obviously if he takes, he's down a queen. He's really trying to force that queen trade now. So I give another check. Moves the king. So now I take back, and obviously he's going to get the queen trade he wanted. So he takes, then I take. Oh, okay. Yep, so it's time to sacrifice my queen. I'm obviously up 16, so absolutely no problem. I've still got all my pawns, both my rooks and a knight, so I was pretty confident I'd be alright. I mean, it would take a special kind of person to lose with this. So my opponent takes the queen, obviously. I castle kingside. Excuse me. My opponent's now pushing. So I develop my knight just to connect the rooks up and get them ready to start attacking. My opponent brings a bishop down. Okay, yeah. No checks because obviously it's a light squared bishop. And my king's on a dark or a green square. So I push to move the bishop along somewhere. he retreats. I didn't want to double my pawns, so I developed the knight to sort of go here maybe. So my opponent takes, I take back, threatening the bishop. My opponent brings a bishop down, now threatening this rook. I don't want to lose the rook, so I move it. My opponent now brings this, threatening my knight, so I just protect it with this. Opponent moves the king. Why? I don't know. Perhaps he saw a check that I didn't see. I don't know. So I give a check here. Obviously can't take the pawn because rook moves back. I try and push that bishop backed by this pawn. He moves out of the way. So I threaten it again. Moves out of the way. So what did I do this? I think I had a view to go here. Can't remember what I was doing. It was today as well, but I can't remember. So he's trying to push my knight. I retreat. He's now threatening my knight, and obviously if I move the knight, he's then threatening the rook. So I move the rook so that I can move the knight. He's now pushing my knight, so I develop it. Pushing again. I take double pawns, but now I've got this nice open file here. Obviously I've got protected. Oh no, I haven't got because the bishop. Okay, let's see what we did. Okay, so my opponent starts pushing. I push the bishop. Takes. Check. Obviously I've now got this. Opponent goes, retreats the king. I double up my rooks. My opponent is now threatening this rook, when actually it's just backing this rook, and obviously you're not pinning me because yeah, it's just not pinned because it's not on the right diagonal. So I give a check back by this. My opponent moves here, and that is checkmate because obviously I've got this, this, and this. So yeah, and yeah, we already looked at the review, didn't we? So yeah, 1250. But yeah, if anyone can figure out what that brilliant move was, please do let me know because I have absolutely no idea. Thanks for watching.